I love these trees so much that I sketched them on location, then did another sketch in the studio, and now I'm gonna paint them with granulating watercolors. But what exactly are granulating watercolors? I'm Leah, a visual artist focused on nature, and in this video I'll show you how I created this piece while also sharing what makes granulating watercolors special. This painting that began as a sketch outdoors then evolved into a second sketch created from photos in the studio now will become a final piece. If you'd like to check out the earlier videos where I sketch on location and then again in the studio, you'll find both links in the description. And there's something I'd like to share with you, so stick around until the end of this video. For this sketch, I actually used my earlier drawing as reference instead of the photo because I wanted to focus more on the feelings I had about this place and the shapes I captured before rather than trying to be realistic. My idea was to create something atmospheric, a loose, messy background with the tree almost like a silhouette. I started with the trunks and main branches, then marked out where the canopy would end. The smaller branches I'll paint directly with watercolor. Here I'm adding some thickness to the main branches, but that could also be painted directly. The intricate nature of trees is something that I really enjoy, so I guess I always focus on that. With a kneaded eraser, I'm removing some of the graphite on the canopy. Now, before I paint the first layer, let's talk about granulating watercolors. In this piece, I was going for a texture messy background. I wanted to use my granulating watercolor mixes by Nevskaya Palitra because I knew they would give me the atmosphere I was looking for in this piece. Granulating watercolors are pigments that don't dissolve completely smoothly in water and instead they separate and settle into the paper's texture, creating these beautiful grainy effects. Depending on the subject, this natural separation can give a painting much more texture and interest compared to a smooth uniform wash. And depending on the paper and how much water you use, the effect can be subtle or really dramatic, which makes them both unpredictable and exciting to work with. They are amazing washes for things like rock textures, sand, mist, rusty metal, or even abstract pieces. A flat wash with granulating pigments won't look flat at all. It will have delicate variations. The key is to let the water do the work and allow the pigments to settle, without too much overbrushing, which can disturb the natural patterns. That said, sometimes you might want to avoid them, like in portraits where you need smooth skin tones or in clean graphic illustrations. Granulating pens are tools for creating atmosphere, mood, and depth, so it's about choosing when you want that organic unpredictability in your work. I personally love them, though not everywhere and not in every piece. Many watercolor brands now sell special sets of granulating mixes ready to be used. They combine pigments that separate into multiple colors on the page whenever you want complex textures. The mixes I have are from Nevskaya Palitra and Oxide Black from Royal Talents. That isn't a preset mix, but it's a strong granulator I use mainly for tonal studies. Each of these colors has its own character, and in this piece I used Hematite Mist and Violet Mist. To be honest, I think I might have overworked the washes a bit, so they didn't separate as much as I expected, but I still like the result. I used ready-made mixes, but I also create my own. If you don't want to buy pre-mixed granulating pens, just experiment with what you already have. Try combining a regular granulating pigment with a transparent or staining one. You often get surprising effects where one pigment floats while the other settles. And now I'll let you watch how I created this messy first layer. After a change of tape, I started the line work. First, I thought about using India ink, but when I saw the background ready and dry, I decided to keep using watercolor until the end. I'm using a mix of Van Dyke Brown, Ultramarine and Violet. On the tip of the branches, I'm using a more transparent mix of the same colors. Granulating watercolors are not just pigments, they are a way of letting the unpredictable collaborate with your painting. Whether you're using pre-made mixes like those from Nevskaya Palitra or experimenting with your own combinations, they create textures that smooth paints simply can't. If you already use them, I'd love to hear your favorite colors and mixes in the comments. I really enjoyed the result, especially the white parts of the background left without paint, and also the parts where the branches almost fade. And before you go, I'm happy to share something that is truly meaningful to me. Today, my channel just hit 1000 subscribers, which is an important milestone in YouTube, and I'm really glad to have you here, and I'm glad that you decided to join me in this art and nature journey. And if you're new here, welcome, and I would love to know more about you, about what you do, if you are also an artist, what you draw, what you paint, and what techniques you use. So I would love to know more, so feel free to comment, to send me messages, and let's be friends. I'm also very happy with all the feedback I got on my last video, and I'd like to share some of the comments I received. Daryl Bat Carer MS7OD wrote, "Great tips, thank you, especially the sketch everyday tip. I've lost my confidence to have a try after a few months break. I need to start small and often. Perfectly timed video and love those trees and plants." Thank you, Daryl Bat Carer, for your message, and I'd love to see what you create. Please share with me. I don't think it's possible to share in the comment section, but you can contact me in other platforms, and I would love to follow up. Urban Sketch Emma wrote, "Lovely to see a video actually out on location. Thank you." Thank you, Emma Urban Sketcher. I saw that you are also an urban sketcher and that you have a channel full of videos about it. So I'd like to recommend to anyone who is watching this video to go visit her channel. The link is in the description, and follow her also. DCWP8OC wrote, "The pace of a presentation is great. Appreciate the information. Especially like the fact that the camera time is more on the work and subject rather than yourself. So many presenters think they have to fill practically every frame with themselves while talking. This detracts and conveys little, but they don't get it." Thank you. I appreciate you noticing, and yes, I do prefer to show my work when I'm talking about process and about the materials used, so expect to see more of that. So right now I'm just talking to the camera, but usually when I'm showing, I will be showing process when I'm talking about process and materials. These are just 3 examples of the comments I got. If you'd like to read more, go to my previous video. The link is also in the description. And once again, I'd like to say thank you to all my subscribers and all my new subscribers. Please know that your presence is truly appreciated. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned a bit more about granulating watercolors. I've written a post to go along with this video, and you'll find the link in the description if you'd like to read it. Every 2 weeks I'll share a glimpse of my art and stories from the forest, made to spark inspiration and a deeper connection with nature. Thank you for being here, and see you in the next one. Subscribe for more.